Hey, welcome back, everybody. Great to see you. Welcome back to the stream. Obviously, first one since Friday. So it's great to see everyone. Please do make sure you drop a like on the stream. Let's get the algorithm going back in our favor. And obviously, it is Wednesday. So I do have my very good friend, Save with Crypto. How we doing, mate?
Hello there. Yeah, I'm doing great actually. Bit annoyed the sun's gone away down here, but you know, oh well. I'm sure the summer will be back soon, but yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Let's hope so. Let me just pop that on there. And we've got Justin in the chat already. Afternoon to you, mate. Great to see you. Venelin, how we doing? Loki, great to see you, mate. And anyone else that's in, please do make sure you drop a comment. But first and foremost, please do drop a like on the stream. Let's get the algorithm going. Get YouTube noticing us. Afternoon, Wizzo, how we doing? We will be jumping in to the chart, seeing what's going on with Bitcoin, with, well, everything else, really. And obviously, we'll be discussing with Save what he's been up to over the past few days regarding the market and anything else. So let us know in the chat what you would like us to cover. Let us know what you'd like us to look at, and we can most certainly do that. So let's get the screen up. Your favourite, mate, innit? The 1 hour green.
Yeah, it's been green for a while, hasn't it? I think.
Yes, it's been green since Monday, so 2 days now. And we did reach a local high of just shy of 108,000. Don't think it didn't get quite there by the looks of it. Just under, but not too far away at the time of obviously that was streaming. We are now. Where's my toolbox gone? Seems to have disappeared. Hang on. Let's give that a refresh. And let's hope that it comes back. Where is it? There it is. It's back. It's back. Hang on. I tell you what. I don't know if you know the answer to this or how, or does anyone know how to change this? Every time you load up TradingView or just refresh it, why is BitMEX always still the standard chart that comes up? Does that still happen with yours, or have I just got like this somehow flagged as the default one? But every time you refresh TradingView or you first load it, BitMEX is always the chart that comes up. So I don't know. I don't know whether that's just me or does that happen for everyone.
That shouldn't happen. I mean, I've generally got it set as a bookmark, so mine always comes up with Bybit.
Yeah, I don't know.
What, you're just going from TradingView.com, are you?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's set as the bookmark or something. I have no idea. But yeah, go on, mate.
So if I go from TradingView.com, you get that kind of page that no one uses up. And then I look at my watch list, and then not sure how you're getting there actually.
No idea. But we are currently just shy of 3% away from the all-time high. So when will we get there? Nobody knows. Will it be today? Will it be tomorrow? Will it be this week? Will it be next week? Who knows? But we are close. We are mighty, mighty close. And yeah, we
will it be during this stream?
Will it be? Oh, that would be good. Obviously, Bitcoin last week, for those of you that don't know, had its highest ever weekly candle close. So new record on that front. Obviously, not new all-time high yet, but we did have the highest ever weekly candle close. And I'm guessing maybe we had the highest ever daily close yesterday too. So yesterday's candle close was the highest ever daily close on Bitcoin. And of course, we did close above that daily key level that we've been looking at on stream. Where price obviously failed to close above on multiple attempts last time we was up at these levels. So that is also interesting. Yeah, highest ever daily close on Bitcoin yesterday. So pretty fascinating to see. Obviously, we also have some Stonksy updates to cover as well. Something I've not discussed yet, obviously because I've not streamed, but there will be some videos coming out very soon on those updates and walking it through. But we will also have a look on stream as well. Have you had a look at them, mate?
No, all I did, because what I thought I'd do is I thought we could do it today, actually. I'd do it on stream, maybe. Because what I did, I saw an update script thing pop up, and I kind of did that, and then I didn't really look at what was new. I wasn't sure if I need to, like, completely get rid of it and then reload it or what. So I thought, if we did that live on stream, it might be helpful, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Wiz says Bitcoin ready to send. CoreWeave is an absolute monster. Maybe you haven't saved the other. Yeah, maybe. And HH's 4-year cycle is cancelled for 2025 because it started too early with US president elections. What? I don't know what you mean by that. What do you mean?
It means it's all doom.
I know, but I don't know what he means by 4-year cycle is cancelled because of the US president elections. I don't. That had nothing really to do with the 4-year cycle. Like when the presidential election came around in November, we was already. What would we have been? 7 months post halving. So that works out pretty good for pumping post halving. Yeah, I don't really see any sort of reason why the presidential election has altered much. I mean, interesting topic covering what if the 4-year cycle is dead altogether. but I wouldn't tie the presidential election to be having any sort of influence on that. In my opinion, anyway, I don't think it had any sort of influence on the typical 4-year cycle that we normally get. Apart from it just provided the catalyst to break the previous range, but Bitcoin was already pushing up there anyway. We'd already had a failed breakdown a couple times, and come the US election, we was already pushing back up towards the all-time high, which was back here. This was even before the election, so it just provided the catalyst to break through. But Bitcoin was already pushing back up there anyway, so yeah, interesting idea on if the 4-year cycle is dead, but I don't know about using the presidential election for that reason. I've just updated my script for Stonksy. So you will now see we have some channel settings. Let's put them on. And also let me just change my background back to a nice dark color on both, because I prefer the opacity to be 100. So we have obviously some channels to work with. We'll look at these in detail. I think, hang on. I just need to change the red. Hang on, the settings, background color. There we go. Deeper red. That's what we want. Right. Yeah, we have some channel settings. Obviously, this has come inclusive of the update for users for free. But SMFC has put a full guide out on. So just beware as well. You need to change these back, the settings, when you update it. So bullish and bearish arrows, stuff like that. You'll just have to go back and change your sensitivity back to whatever you prefer it to be. But I believe, hang on. So if I get rid of this, I believe we also have the oscillator. Yeah. Is that the right one? Maybe SMFC's in. Maybe we can get something in, because I've not really looked too much into it because I've just been back today. But we'll have a deeper look at that. But yeah, here's the channels, which we can take a look at as well. So we will do that. But yeah, let's see what we got. We got Stonksy in the chat saying afternoon. Good afternoon to you, mate. Venelin says a lot of people think we won't have 4-year cycle around the halving. This one dictated by politics. Obviously, don't know. Who cares? We go up. Yeah, I know. I mean, but we had the ETFs as well, which drew obviously the demand down from 40k up to a new all-time high. So I would say, ETF demand and offering is well more of a factor than the presidential election. I mean, let's not forget, Bitcoin went all the way up to a new all-time high pre-halving without any sort of US president or politician or anything making decisions. That was still under the Biden regime, which had killed crypto pretty much in the US anyway, and going hardcore on it. And we were still up, in the 70s, just around this time last year, wasn't we, or just before? So, yeah, don't just focus on the chart. Forget the noise. Brucey, how we doing, Brucey boy? Just joined. How do you update? You'll have a little thing on here, mate. So, Stonksy, you'll have a little purple, like, kind of refresh looking icon, and you just click on that and it'll tell you to update. But what we'll do is, before we hop over to anything else, do you want to should we have a read through the medium, mate, before we look at anything else?
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah.
Hang on. Why is the medium button not working?
And by the way, Bitcoin's having a bit of a doodah.
A doodah? Having a bit of a pump.
A bit of a pump, yeah. Which is brilliant, because I've got an obscenely large trade on, actually. So,
I can't wait to see this. Right, so we got the first one, Stonksy update. Sharper, smarter, streamlined. So what's new? The latest Stonksy update has been created. With it comes structural and visual upgrades to the original overlay indicator. This version introduces a brand new channel system to help improve trade, entries, and exits, while the oscillator component has been spun off into its own standalone tool. So, what does that mean? So, obviously, when you update Stonksy, you'll now receive the channels and the other bits and bobs. However, the oscillator is now on its own. So, it's its own indicator. So, you'll have to load up that as well separately. But we'll have a look at that in a minute. However, this new incarnation isn't just a UI upgrade, it's a core performance overhaul. So key improvements, new trade channel, a visual aid that sharpens signal quality and helps assess real trade readiness. So we'll take a look at the channels. Streamlined code base, this oscillator logic has been removed from the overlay, improving chart performance and responsiveness. So yeah, the oscillator is now on its own. Mobile optimized, cleaner customization. Previous updates, yeah, so they're the updates that we've already done. With the channel added and performance boosted, Stonksy V3 is more actionable, faster, and lighter, especially for those managing charts on the go or running multiple indicators at once. So here you go. So obviously here's you can see it on my screen, but this is on the medium visual preview. So there it is. So that is what's changed in terms of the indicator itself. And then obviously let's have a look at the oscillator. So it's a brand new companion to the original Stonksy indicator. This indicator uses a variable signal rather than showing binary trade signals overlaid on the chart to grant a momentum-based view from its own dedicated panel. So momentum-based, smooth visual tracking between bullish and bearish sentiment, built-in alerts. So it's got alerts now tied into the the oscillator. Stackable setup. So yeah, it sits on the bottom, but again, is it in its own separate one. What makes it different, unlike the core Stonksy indicator, which gives binary go or no-go overlay, the oscillator added depth and nuance to trade analysis. The curve's direction, strength, and slope all helps to inform smarter entries, exits, and trade management. Who's it for? Everyone. And here it is. Here. So here I have it loaded up here. As you can see, it's called Stonksy OSC for Stonksy Oscillator. So for those of you that have Stonksy, when you go on your invite only, you will have the Stonksy Oscillator now there. So do make sure you check that out and load it up. And we'll take another look at that as well sometime in the stream. But yeah, for those of you that are wondering, yeah, just go on to your Stonksy script and you'll have a little purple kind of refresh looking button. Just click on that and click update, and then you'll get the fresh new Stonksy. Just remember, you need to go on and just alter any settings that you've got, so such as obviously the bullish bear arrows. Mine was on 7, so I've upped that back to 8. Obviously for your SR levels, high time frame, whatever. But yeah, the channel settings are now in there, and we'll take a look at them on the wider scope as well. But yeah, great to see that. Are we getting a new higher low structure on the last 3 days? That's interesting. We'll have a look at that as well. Pellin and John, how we doing? Great to see you. But yeah, mate, so what have you been up to? You mentioned that you've got a very nice trade open. What have you got open?
So that one I had on Bybit that I opened in April.
Yeah.
That one's still open. I did start playing around with that a little bit though, because I couldn't help it.
Is that the one from 80? Was it 86k? Was it?
Yeah. So I've been, taking the odd little bit of profit and putting it back in. I also swapped a little bit of the Bitcoin to Ethereum because I'm doing that on Bybit. So I'm doing the inverse perpetual,
Yeah.
So I swapped a bit into Ethereum, and I went long on Ethereum as well, and that's doing okay. That's much smaller though. So that's looking quite nice, but I've tried to leave that one alone, and then one on BLOFIN. I've been jumping in and out a bit of it, and but it's really cool actually, because 2 weeks ago I had $800 in there, and I've pretty much got $8,000 there now. So I've more or less 10x that in about 2 weeks. So
that's great.
I'm happy about that. So that's cool. I've got some trades on other exchanges as well that are all doing great as well. So I'm quite happy at the moment. I'm nicely in the money actually. So, but yeah, mostly just trading Bitcoin and just the one Ethereum trade, and that's pretty much it. The annoying thing is I had some of the money from BLOFIN. At one point, I thought I do need some USDT, because over on a thing to do with Multiverse X that I borrowed some USDT from there ages ago, and I need to pay it back. So I thought meanwhile I'll buy some EGLD, because that's the sort of currency over there, and I bought it when it was $18.
Yeah.
Because it's been going up, occasionally up to about 20, and I thought I'll buy it at 18, and when it goes to 20,
someone's getting a phone call.
it's my daughter. What the hell does she want?
Go on, mate. You take that.
Sorry, I'm going to have to actually. Sorry.
Yeah, just pause your mic. I'll pause it for you. Right, we'll continue that story when Save is back anyway. If you haven't already, please do make sure you drop a like on the stream and subscribe if you're new. Let's take a look to see how many likes we've got. 8! Oh, come on. Get the likes going. Everyone get the likes going. Take a second to go and drop a like on the stream, please. We've got 24 viewers and 8 likes, so yeah. Let's get this up past 15. Let's get it past 15 as a minimum. But let's have a look through the market while we wait for Save to come back. So obviously we've looked at Bitcoin, and we've got ETH. Now where is ETH? ETH is pretty much, I think I need to actually make, hang on. Let me just, oh, not that one. Let me just make that green a little bit darker, because I think, yeah, there we go. That's better. I think it was interfering a bit with the blue on my candles, but that is much clearer. We've pretty much just been chopping sideways, haven't we? Now, after, a 30-40% move from the origin of the pump, that is perfectly normal. Needs time to cool off, time to reset, and obviously build liquidity from where it's just completely blasted through a lot. So we've currently been ranging for about 10 days on ETH sideways. So we could see it definitely go on for longer in kind of this range where it's just been going do. We could definitely see it go on for longer, but if Bitcoin breaks to the upside, we could see then ETH start its real push towards 3,000, maybe even higher. But we'll have a look at that as well. XRP, a lot of these alts don't appear like they're doing too much. A lot of them are just going sideways alongside ETH. You'll notice a lot of charts have got look at BNB and Doge. They're obviously very similar charts. Some have had pullbacks. Some have had deeper pullbacks than some, such as Link, and I think Ada was another one that had a deeper pullback then. But as you can see, a lot of charts looking the same. Some consolidating better than others. Some, Aave really pushed up hard then. And for those of you in the Discord, I did put about, I think this was last week. I think it might have been Thursday, maybe. No, it's Friday stream. I did put about the 3 peak that Aave had got here, 1, 2, 3. And said, potential 3 peak pattern here. Risk reward's good for a short, which we did get then. What was the pullback on that? So Aave was around here, I think, when I put it in. So we did get just over a 7% pullback at one point. Then we did push back up. Now, it wouldn't have actually took anyone out if they put the stop up here, like I said. And then we did push a bit further down, but that was a nice little move on Aave, if you happen to catch it in the Discord. But yeah, really nice push up on Aave after that. Are you back, mate?
I am back. Yeah. I'm so sorry about that.
No, don't apologise. It's fine.
God, my daughter's having a bit of a hard time at school. It's like some of the other girls are just horrible. They're like, been a bit of bullying and stuff going on. It's like so irritating. And anyway,
yeah, kids for you, innit, mate? Some are nasty. Some are very nasty.
It's so near the end. It's like can they not just like get on for like a few weeks? Anyway. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine, mate. We do have SMFC. How we doing, mate? Great to see you. I had a nice few days off. And Debbie Mastering says, hello, folks. Hello to you. Great to see you. And anyone else that's joined the stream, whether you're watching on YouTube or X, please do drop a like on it. And please do, if you're watching on X, firstly, make sure you're following the Stonksy X page if you're not. And two, make sure you hop over to the YouTube channel, click subscribe, and please do come to the streams every day. But yeah, mate, I can't remember exactly where you was up to.
Okay.
I think we was talking about...
Talking
about your trade.
I was talking about EGLD because I was saying that...
Yeah.
I was saying that I used some of the winnings from the BLOFIN account to buy some EGLD because I needed it to repay a loan I did in a thing called Hatton Protocol, and what I thought was I thought I'd buy some EGLD when it was $18 the other day because I thought it was bound to go up a little bit, when Bitcoin goes mad. Where is it now? 1861. Useless bloody crypto. Like, anyway. So I think I'm going to get out of that completely. I think, and I'm just going to buy Bitcoin with it, and then trade Bitcoin because I think it's just the best way to make money.
I think for this market as well. Well, we've still got Bitcoin dominance still fairly high, and alt's really yet to get some big momentum. Obviously, we've seen ETH move well. Sol's had a good push up and everything, but I think we've still got Bitcoin dominance. Pretty much close to. Obviously, we did get a big fall off, didn't we, from when ETH was pumping? But we've had around about a 2% recovery on dominance now, so it's still very, very high. Yeah, I think it's not a bad play for sure. It's not. I mean, you can catch some great moves on alts, can't you, to the upside and downside? Yeah. Look at that, Reggie Man's favourite OM having another big pump. Big up Reggie Man wherever he is. So obviously with that, have you decided to close that now, or what's happened with that e-gold trade?
Oh, I was just buying it spot, So yeah, I just bought it spot. So I'm going to move it out the BLOFIN account, put it on the X Portal app, and then I'll basically repay my loan, and then I'll probably unstake the e-gold because the reason it was there in the first place because it gets like 13% APR. But to be honest, 13% APR is crap, isn't it? Compared to what we can earn by trading. Yeah, I mean we do 13% in before I get out of bed in the morning. So yeah. It's good in terms of, if you were getting that on, say, on stables or anything like that, that's very low risk, then yeah, that would be great. But, on something like e-gold, where especially where it's really, yet to have any proper recovery, isn't it, in the market? Like you say, you could turn that. That's just potentially one trade, isn't it, for you? Yeah. And then you get that whole year's worth of APR from one Bitcoin trade. If you wait for even like a high probability setup, then you're not taking as much risk. Pappy, how are we doing? Great to see you. Big up Pappy in the chat. But yeah, mate. So you've obviously still got that one open from much lower down on Bybit. And then did you say you've got another one open? I have, but it's only from about an hour ago.
Right. Okay.
Right. But it's all right. 6% up.
So you've caught this nice candle push up then.
Yeah, I got in at 106.345.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So not too bad. Yeah. I thought what I'd do, because I haven't. Well, my Stonksy doesn't seem to be particularly updated compared to yours, so I think what I might do is, if you like, shall I sort of do it on the stream and then we can see how it all works and if there's any problems people come into? Or
sure, mate. Yeah, let's get it going. We obviously do have SMFC in the chat as well on hand.
That's what I was thinking, because I knew he was going to turn up, and
I can even.
And thanks for the message, by the way, Dean. That's cool of you to reply this morning. Anyway, So where are we now? So I need to add myself, don't I? Let me just check there's nothing incriminating here. Hang on.
Or even better, check that there is something incriminating. That'll be fun.
No, I've always got a load of indicators that you probably don't want to see, so that's only going to confuse people. So hang on. Right, get in there. And oh, actually, let's get me thing up, and then I can stop talking nonsense. Right, here we go. Hang on. So trading view, blah blah. Okay. Right, so that's me. Yeah. Okay. Right. So Bitcoin on Bybit. What I was thinking about your kind of refreshing of your charts and stuff, you know, and you are aware that whatever you've called your setup here, if you click that, it saves it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You are aware of that, aren't you?
Yeah.
So
maybe that's it. Maybe I just need to update that. Yeah.
So, you know, generally I have that set on whatever I'm looking at. I mean, it changes. You know, even if you change your time frame or something like that, then it changes. You get the little save there.
I've just clicked that, so maybe I'll try refreshing and see if it comes up with that.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. Anyway, so right, here's Stonksy. So if I go to the three little dots here, yeah, I have got update the script. Now, I did see earlier on a different computer, it did have that purple box you were talking about, but I haven't got it.
I can see it there at the top.
Where?
So if you go on your screen.
Oh, that one there?
Yeah, see it there. Update available.
That's not a box.
No, I didn't say box. I said.
Sure you did.
No, I said like a refresh button.
That's not what you
like
said.
A refresh button.
I'm going to rewind this stream and
yeah, go on. Fact check me if you want.
Find out what you said. I'm sure you didn't say that.
I'm interested to actually know what I said. Just can't remember. You've got it on both.
So what you say now is that if we go to the invite only scripts, then oh god, I've got loads of stuff. What's it called? Oh yeah. Oh, I see.
Oscillator there.
Right, the Stonksy oscillator is now separate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's add that anyway. Okay. And let's update this Stonksy. Oh, there you go. That is a bit like a box, isn't it?
Yeah. Once you click on it, yeah.
All right.
So you've got me out of jail there, mate. After you put me in there.
Now, as we got Dean here, I'd love to know what the histogram lines are actually for. Do they have a purpose, or rather than just making it look like that? Because I don't know, that seems a bit too in your face for my liking. What do you think?
You can turn them off.
Well, I know, but what I do, I tend to go here and then make them like really, really, really faint. You know, just in case I'm supposed to do something that I don't know about. Okay, cool. All right. So is that different, or is that just separate now? I think it's just separate, isn't it?
Oh, it's just like its own separate indicator now. So obviously, do you know previously where people had to kind of you set up Stonksy and then you had to like untick the line, untick the histogram, and then if you wanted the oscillator at the bottom, you had to have another Stonksy, move it down, and then go on and then untick like all the SR, untick the background and everything. Just basically just mitigates doing all that. So all you do is you load up Stonksy, and then you obviously load up the oscillator.
Okay. Good. Okay. Right. So update available.
So okay. Yeah. So if you go onto your settings now on the Stonksy, obviously all you'll have to do now is obviously change any sort of sensitivity or whatever it is that you had before and that you like.
What do we
And
have?
then,
8 and 1, is it?
yeah, and then obviously just click show channel, and then that'll turn the channels on.
Inner channel multiplier.
Yeah, they're all preset. I think it's a very good settings, so no real need to mess around with them too much. Afternoon, Mr. Delta. We've got your favourite mate on.
All right, mate. Okay, so right, so that's, let me put it on a 1 hour or something. So what are we looking at here? Are these a bit like kind of, Bollinger Band type things or VWAP type things, or
Kind of, yeah, pretty much. What you notice with obviously them typically, we'll be able to notice and pull up on here as well. So obviously when price approaches the inner bands, you can see most of the time that reaches a point of either consolidation or a drop off. But particularly, if price ever approaches the upper or the lower band, the outside bands, then that really signals potentially a shift in direction. So it's just kind of adding more for people to see of, okay, where's price action potentially going to go next, and it ties in quite nicely with the background.
It actually looks quite cool.
It can aid with exits or entries for opposite trades.
Okay. I do like to turn that off just to make the title a bit neater.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to turn that off for a minute.
Very nice.
Just to have a little look, because I'm just spotting actually. Look, this on the 1 minute time frame. If you look when the price hits that green line there, look, that was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Hit it there.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Hit it there. Amazing. That's actually quite cool.
Yeah. So just aids with obviously, entries and exits. Sometimes it won't matter too much, for red and green backgrounds. It might hit that line in terms of the inner ones and then retrace, but you can see a couple of examples there where it's hit it, retraced a bit, but then obviously the move has carried on. So it's about just kind of aids with trades going in either direction.
So let's say this one here, right, on the 1 hour. So that you'd have had your entry here, right, at 95k, and then it went up there. And the problem before was you'd have lost that last bit before it went red. Mm-hmm. However, if you'd have,
you can kind of, I suppose with a move like that, it's difficult, isn't it? Because it was kind of the move that just kept going and going and going, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. No, I was hoping there'd be like a bit where it touched the top of there, and then that would be the end of that.
But it did. It on that last candle, it did. On the upper wick, it did come in and touch that. But I suppose from then on, it's kind of just also about applying a bit of your own intuition in. Do you think it's going to go higher, or do you think it's a good place to take profit and maybe trade the opposite way? When we're getting a move like that. Obviously, not in all circumstances, because we don't get them moves overly all the time, do we? They're kind of once a month.
Yeah, I mean, suppose here you'd have been thinking, okay, well that's a high, that's a higher high, that's a higher high, and then the next one was probably sort of there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which means that is then a trend reversal, isn't it? So you would have got it. You would have got out then if you'd have, been using standard kind of TA, if you like,
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I like that. That's very, very nice indeed.
Yeah.
Now,
so
where's my oscillator gone?
Did you double click? Maybe. Double click your mouse.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
As you were. Okay, right. So let's have a look at this. So, right. Right, for the viewers at home, I haven't looked at this yet, so this is all a bit new to me. Okay. So when we're looking from the momentum going from negative to positive, that's normally when you'd see, I don't know what we're looking at there. I might have to read the stuff about this again. Just trying to think a good way to use the momentum oscillator.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be one of the videos I'm gonna be focusing on making.
Okay.
Over the next few days / week is a full dedicated video to the oscillator, because it's not really been shown that much love since obviously we've launched Stonksy and been using Stonksy, but it can be very useful. So that's definitely on my to-do list, is to show the oscillator some love, especially now it's been released as its standalone one. But SMFC's put a very brief message in saying enter on pink, exit on green for longs.
Enter on pink, exit on green. Yeah, I suppose you mean that pink there, isn't it? Right. So the pink when the momentum is increasing, and exit on green. Do you mean the lighter green? I guess that's what you mean, isn't it? That's obviously when the momentum is decreasing. So yeah, that sounds good. So at the moment, what would be a good time frame to look at? Let's look at the 3 minute. No, it's a bit too jumpy around, isn't it? All right, so on the 5 minute. So the 5 minute, this is the thing we've been looking at over the last few weeks, isn't it? We've been looking for these kind of things where it goes green, or the background goes green, and then you get the green arrow, which we like as a confirmation for going up, and that's what it did here. And then it's come down again now, and then now we've got a red 5 minute background with a red down arrow. So at the moment, we could be looking for some up movement here, couldn't we? So, so we'd be looking for something like that where it goes pink, basically. I think that is a reasonable thing to do. And I suppose by looking for that, if we look at one in the past, we don't get many reds on the back on the 5 minute, do we? It's a bit hard to see this one. Yeah, so okay, so where it was red, then it went pink here, and then the price went up. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm guessing fairly simple to maybe see, enter a short on the light green and then close on the red.
Yeah, so that went to the lighter green just there. Then it came right down, didn't it? So then you'd have been looking for it going pink again there. Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be making a video anyway for everyone to see on the YouTube channel. So I'll probably get to work on that first thing tomorrow, I think. So yeah, should have that out, and then there will be obviously one covering the updates. I'll do one on for the oscillator on its own, and then there is some other bits to cover as well. So yeah, should be a pretty exciting week ahead. But yeah, if you do have Stonksy, yeah, just make sure you update it, and you will find Stonksy OSC, which stands for Stonksy Oscillator, in the invite only box for you to load up on its own now as well. Delta says, we had a message from Nick. Great to see you, mate. And we had Mr. Delta saying, loving this, gents. Afternoon save. Dave was up. Delta, legend, absolute legend. And yeah, always bringing the good energy. And now he's allowed in the in the comment box.
Yeah. Now we let him in.
Yeah.
I might close this trade actually.
Oh yeah,
it's not looking as good as I thought it was. I don't know though. Might give it a few minutes.
Yeah, I tell you what, you've got a healthy amount of margin in that trade, haven't you?
Yeah, well, that's as I say, that's the $800 that I
Yeah,
had 2 weeks ago. And it's just shy of $8,000 now.
it's phenomenal, that, isn't it?
It's not bad, is it?
It's
If I
not
could
bad
do
at
that,
all.
if I could do that again, and then again, I can buy my house, can't I?
You can buy two if you do it again and again.
That'd be great.
You could buy one here, and you can buy one abroad, and you can probably still have some change left over as well.
Yeah. Anyway,
So,
there you
yeah, I would love that.
well, you'd love it if I moved abroad. And
No, mate, I'd love to see you. I'd love to see you winning.
I see. Well, that's the plan. That's the plan.
Yeah.
So
Well, let's hope this trade takes an upturn. What leverage are you on there? 20, is it?
hang on a sec. It was
20x.
It was 20. Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice. Well, let's hope that we get Bitcoin moving back to the upside for save.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I've got the other trades though that are, they're like long from like 101 now. So they're all right.
Yeah. You've you really took advantage of this move up, didn't you? Obviously.
Yeah.
Playing the bullish case and keeping the bullish case has proven to be the only thing really anyone needed to do from the lows or wherever, because we're still yet to have any sort of proper pullback. So it is just just keep the bullish faith and you will be rewarded.
Yeah. So what do you think for today then? Do you think we should do the poll really, shouldn't we?
Let's get a poll up. Yeah, we've got 40 minutes to go. I think so I think it would definitely make sense to go and sweep the all-time high for me. I don't see how it wouldn't make logical sense to go and take that liquidity above. I think today, I do favour that we're going to go higher. I don't know if we're going to break it today, but I think we potentially maybe see it broke before the week's over, because we've just had the highest ever daily close yesterday. Obviously closed above that key daily level that we've looked at. If we close above again today, then it appears to be just like a kind of when, not if type of thing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what would be really annoying is if it does it on like Saturday and, and then leaves a great big bloody CME gap, wouldn't it? So that would be annoying. Google Alphabet confused me yesterday because they were doing some sort of press thing and they were talking about all their new stuff and it all sounded pretty cool. And their share price, their stock price went down quite like while they were talking about all the good stuff that was coming out. Really weird. And I don't know if it's because everyone was buying.
Sell the news event, maybe. I don't know.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, Tesla went up a lot yesterday because I think they were saying that they're going to have the robo taxis in business very, very soon. So yeah, Tesla did well, but it's funny though because looking at the traditional stuff, that's all a bit down, isn't it? Which seems a bit odd because mind you, is that because we're not in the session yet? I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
We
are. I'll tell you where we're up to. So we are down to 5902 free market. So we are around near $40 lower than where it closed yesterday. So it'll open just around 5,900, which isn't a massive drop when you look at the chart like that.
No, it's been doing all right, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think kind of from what I remember looking at last week, I think that 6,000 level, obviously with it being psychological, but in terms of looking at the chart as well, seems kind of the last line in the sand before you know, a push towards all-time high.
Right.
So we'll see if what we get on that. Obviously, strength in the S&P, continued strength is good for Bitcoin. So we want to see that for sure.
Yeah. So my Ethereum trade on Bybit, that's just a little one here. That's all right. That's 34% in profit.
Yeah, very nice.
It's only $124, but that's the bigger Bitcoin one that I've been messing around with.
So was that the one that had was it 88, 86k?
Yeah,
price?
Something like that. But I've been doing things with it. Like I managed to leave it alone for about two or 3 weeks, and then I started doing things like increasing the leverage and putting a bit of margin back in and catching a few more dips. So my entry's not as good now. It's 101,787.
Yeah.
But it means my position size is 81 grand now. So that's currently looking pretty good, isn't it? 130.
Yeah, something key to note there as well is you've already realised 2 grand too, haven't you?
Yeah, and then it's 3.7 in. So
that's nearly a 6k trade.
Yeah, but this account was this was the one that was $800 a few weeks ago, and that one's at 7.
Yeah, so you've done that twice, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, I've done the same on BitGet as well.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, so you've really cleaned up then?
I'm about 15 grand up actually on the past month or so.
So you are So tell you what, that is you know what, it'll take a while, but that's about 5% of your house, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you know, that's another nice chunk added to the pot.
Yeah.
So you know, you only have to do that another 20 times, and then bang, you're done.
Yeah. I mean, having said that, I'm not actually that bothered about owning a house. But the problem is I had a house in France, but it was only worth €250,000, and by the time I'd brought that back to England and moved and everything, I didn't have much left, you know. So
yeah.
So I've got a big chunk for like a bit of a house, but I haven't got enough for a proper house.
Yeah.
Not where I live anyway. It's a bit expensive, you know.
Do you want to tell you what buy yourself a caravan or something? You know, like one of the not an actual caravan, but you know, like the kind of
motorhome.
No, well, a motorhome or the ones that like kind of on site. You know, like the ones that don't move. Kind of holiday home sort of ones.
Yeah,
they're actually pretty nice then.
Yeah, I mean, it would do to live in, but they don't keep the value, do they?
I don't know. I'm not too sure.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I could do that. I mean, to be honest, you know, I'll see what happens when my youngest one does whatever she does next. I mean, she's going to do A-levels next, so she's going to be living here probably. But you know, if she goes off to uni or something, then I don't really care where I live, really. You know,
yeah,
live anywhere really. And
come and live next door to me.
I could, and be cheaper up there.
For sure, mate. We've got Delta saying come and live at Rackles.
Oh, Rachel's, yeah. That's his missus, I know.
Oh, right, okay.
Which is a lovely house as well, I must admit, Mr. Delta. That's great. I enjoyed my
Delta. So party at Delta's then, is that what we're saying?
What, party at Rachel's?
or Rachel's, yeah, party at Rachel's.
I did enjoy my time there the other weekend. It was great. Very nice garden, actually. Very nice, chilled, relaxed garden. You know.
Oh, well, that's what you want, especially in this weather. But we are on 32 viewers and 13 likes, so please do take a second to go and drop a big like on the stream. Only takes a second to scroll down, hit the like button, and of course, if you're not subscribed, do make sure you subscribe as well. Join us for daily streams. We got Rab saying, remember Colt did a 5x last week and keeps chugging. I do remember Colt, actually. That is a ticker I've not heard in a very, very long time.
Cool.
I haven't heard that ticker in so long. I remember that. That was one that did an insane run, didn't it, in 2022?
Is that Colt now, is it?
Yeah. That was with what was he called? Mr. Modulus. Yeah, I've not heard that ticker in ages. So that's a blast from the past, Rab. But it sounds like you're in on it. So 5x, well done, mate. Congrats.
Do you know my problem with things like that is I've tried to understand what a DAO is, and I don't understand what it is. So it's It's a decentralized autonomous organization.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Pretty much, it just means that there's no sole entity in control. So, like, any decisions have to be voted on by token holders.
Right.
So, for instance, say we had a DAO, say it was the Stonksy DAO, and say there was 100,000 USDT in the DAO treasury, and I come along and I say, right, guys, I want to buy myself a brand new streaming setup to stream for Stonksy, and it's going to cost me $5,000. So I'm putting in a motion to vote on if I get this or not. So I put the motion in, and then obviously all DAO members, any token holders can vote yes or no. Should we give Dave $5,000 of the treasury? Obviously, if it's voted no, I don't get it. If it's voted yes, then I'll get the $5,000 from the treasury. And I think that's pretty much just like a decentralized voting system, really. But obviously, them being organizations, can have, some of them, I think, have a pretty decent amount of money in them.
Okay, so with something like Colt DAO, what does it actually do?
I can't even remember, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it was all about. I can't remember. I can't remember what it was. This was like 3 years ago. This from when I remember it. So I can't even remember what it was or where it's even up to now. Fitting Crypto says, "Where's the regular guy?" I don't know what you mean, mate. What do you mean? I am the regular guy that streams on the Stonksy channel.
And I am the irregular guy.
in several ways.
I'll tell you what, I'm not as irregular as this guy over the road. He's just stopped outside the shop.
Yeah.
And parked his car on the road. So his driver's door is in the road. He left the door wide open and then just went in the shop. So,
oh, wow.
So A, his car's open, and also B, if a bike or another car comes past, it's going to take his door off.
Oh, God. Well,
Awanga's coming out now. All right, yeah, he just nipped in.
Good luck to him then.
Anyway, but yeah.
I'll tell you what, because I've not really been at the charts much the past couple of days. Is there a CME gap open, or is there no gap?
No, there was a little one from last weekend, and it got swallowed up straight away in about the first hour. I mean, there's still that one that you were on about ages ago, the 91k, whatever.
Right.
But no, the one from last weekend, it got gobbled up straight away. Would have been a good little trade, actually. It wasn't big, if you'd have traded that, I think you could have. I can't think how it worked out now. Hang on, let's have a look. All right, so you've had a proper break from the charts. That's amazing. So I might have to turn Stonksy off for a minute. All that new stuff's all a bit dazzling. Is that it? Where are we now? Oh yeah, I've got a computer story to tell you as well. A minute.
You what, mate?
I've got a computer story to tell you as well in a moment.
Okay. Yeah, well, let's have it.
That's quite funny.
We do have just over 25 minutes until US Open, so do make sure you get your vote in. And of course, if you're looking for anywhere to trade today, do make sure you trade on BLOFIN. It is the best non-KYC exchange Also, as safe and secure funds and an incredible UI and UX. So, first link in the description. I've also put it in the chat. Sign up with the Stonksy link, and you'll get some great welcome bonuses too.
Actually, now on Sunday, that pretty much opened up the same price. But I think during the weekend, it went. Did it go higher or lower? I can't remember now. But it was one of those things. It would have been tradable if you'd have, if you'd have assumed that it would go there first thing on Monday or whatever. So it was cool. Oh yeah, computer wise, right? Because I realised, because I'm like shock horror, but I'm not going to do every day on the Stonksy stream now. But so I thought what I need to do is do my own streams. And I thought what I need is a computer that's purely for my own, purely for streaming. So I can use OBS, and it doesn't matter if I got the odd notification coming up, because I won't use that computer for anything else. There'll be nothing personal on there. So that was the idea. So I started looking on Facebook Marketplace for see what was around, and there was a guy. It was about 15 miles away, selling a M2 MacBook Air, which is a bit like what you've got, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, I think pretty much the same. Yeah.
And I thought, well, that sounds good. And the guy wanted 550 quid for it, and I said that's a bit expensive now they got the M4 ones out. Can you go any cheaper? And he said, nah, that's what I want to get for it. And anyway, so last Thursday he kind of messaged me saying, actually, I'm a bit desperate for money. Could you do it for? You could have it for 480 if you buy it today. Yeah. And I said, nah, it still needs to be cheaper than that. And then he said, okay, 450. And I said, it's getting there. And he went 420. And at which point I thought, is he a stoner? I don't know. But like, anyway, so he said 420. And I said, yeah, okay then. He said, but if you can buy it like in the next few hours. And I was like, yeah, okay. So I got in my car and drove off to see him. He said, meet me in the Sainsbury's car park. And I was like, sounds a bit dodgy, but yeah, all right, So yeah. So I met him in the Sainsbury's car park, and he handed the computer over, and I said, "Can I just check it turns on and it is actually the computer you've been talking about?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And I was expecting it either to be, already in his account, or be back at that that initial screen you get on Macs, the sort of bonjour, hello, select your language. And it wasn't at that, it was just the sort of like log in with your password. And I said, what's the password? And he said, I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder what this is then.
And I was like, what do you mean you don't know? He said, well, I took it into a shop earlier on because they were going to sell it for me, but they offered me so little money that I took it back. But meanwhile, they'd wiped it. I said, well, they haven't wiped it. They've just done something weird with it.
Stolen that.
Well, I don't know really. Anyway, and I said, well, I can't really buy it like this, because I was thinking about that one you've got, the Mac Mini that you can't get into or whatever. Or was it a Mac Studio or whatever?
No, it's just a normal Mac, yeah.
Okay. And I was thinking about that, and I thought you can't get into that, and I thought if that's in the same situation, then it's I can't do anything with it. So I had a little Google on my phone to see how you basically reformat the SSD and all that, Yeah. And what you do, by the way, with that one there, you turn it on and you hold the power button down for 10 seconds, and then you get to the disk utility thing, and you can actually erase the actual disk volume, and then you actually load the operating system on for scratch, right? Wow, so that's what you need to do. So we started doing that, but the only Wi-Fi connection we had was the hotspot on his phone, because we were in a Sainsbury's car park,
Yeah.
And it said 2 hours to complete or something. I said I can't hang around for an hour, So I can probably go off for a walk for an hour or something, And he said, well, do that and I'll let you know how it goes. So we went home, connected up to his Wi-Fi. I went off for a walk. It was dark and cold and everything,
This is dodgy, this. I
know. So I wandered around for a bit, and then he said, it still said it's got 2 hours to go, and I said, well, I'm gonna have to leave it till tomorrow now. So I came home, and I was thinking about it. I thought, how dodgy is it? So I kind of checked the serial number with Apple, and it didn't seem to be stolen or anything like that. And then then the next day, he said, do you still want it? I said, well, yeah, but I want a £5 for me petrol to get to Sainsbury's, because I've done two trips now, So in the end, I gave him £4.15 for it, and it's great.
That's super. That.
So yeah, £415, and it's a 2022 MacBook Air M2. So I thought it was quite a bargain in the end, but yeah. Anyway, that's going to be I'm going to have that as my trading computer, because I think it's probably good to keep all that separate from everything else, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, like you say as well, you can load it on then, and you don't have to be bothered about what's popping up or whatever. But that's interesting, because I'd have thought that he'd have kind of gone off and gone, I nearly got caught there, and just not contacted you again. So
I don't actually think he was dodgy. I think it was generally because the look on his face when he realised that it had been logged into a weird account.
Yeah.
Oops, there you go. The look on his face was like he was genuinely really, really disappointed. It wasn't kind of like. I mean, even if he hadn't, there's no way he would have told it like that.
Yeah.
Or you'd have said something like, you'd have advertised it cheap, saying "Don't know the password" or something. But anyway, just to know, you can with those things, you can reset them, reformat the SSD, and start from scratch.
That's what I need to do. So
that is what you need to do. Yeah.
I will have to hit you up after the stream or later on or whenever, and I'll try. So you just hold down the power button for 10 seconds. Yeah.
When you turn it on, and then it'll come up with the disk utility, and then you can erase the current volume, and it depending on what year it is. I mean, that was a 2022 one, so it put on the Sonoma operating system, and then once you've done that, you can upgrade it to Sequoia, which is the current one.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll have a look, but that would be great if I could actually get that running.
Yeah,
that would be absolutely superb.
What is it? Is it a good one?
I can't even remember which one it is. It's a Mac, I can't remember. I don't know what year it is or what model or anything, but it will most definitely do for streaming. That's for sure.
Is it TMG's old one?
No, it is one of the old work ones, but it's not his old one. No.
Okay.
I believe I think SMFC used to use it.
Okay.
But yeah,
so it's probably a good one then.
Should be good. Well, the thing is, I've got that, and then I've got two more screens as well. I've got one screen either side of that, and it's all just waiting to go. So I can get that on. I've then got a 3-screen setup instead of using this 1-screen setup at the moment. So, it'll be even better. That SMFC said I had it a few months, so that'll be then suddenly bang, full professional streaming, and if I'm not already, which I am, but that'll be take me to the next level.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about something similar myself, but I think what I might do now I've got that, I might just get one massive great 42-inch monitor or something, and then I can have 4 browsers on the thing at once, because now I spend all my time flicking between tabs where I've got I'll have Stonksy open on the 5-minute, but I also want to see it on the 1 hour at the same time, and so I'll be flicking between different things all the time.
Yeah, well, that's it. You want to you want to be able to flick through different stuff and have different things open. So
yeah, and the other thing is because mainly I want to see lots of versions of TradingView. And I do tend to use 2 computers anyway, but you can't have TradingView. You can't have the same TradingView account open on 2 computers, even if you've got the premium one.
Okay.
Yeah, I always thought if you pay for the more expensive premium ones, I thought you could run it on more than one computer, but apparently you can't. But it's just one computer. So what I need I like the idea of a big monitor where I can have like 4 or 5 browsers on there, and then have the browser on the actual laptop as well. I think that'd be.
I suppose that's to stop people doing a Netflix in it and kind of just sharing around.
I guess so. Yeah.
The login.
Yeah.
For instance, like me, you, and SMFC could be like, well, should we all just go thirds on a trading view plan, and we'll each have our own watch list or whatever.
Yeah.
To stop people kind of doing that, I suppose, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. Anyway. All right. What's happening in the chat?
Cody says the 42 ultra wide is sweet. Regards to getting one big screen. Are you going to get one of the curved ones?
No, I don't actually want an ultra wide one because I want one that's quite tall as well.
Right.
So I just want a big one, like a regular shape but big. So I'm not bothered about the curved.
HH says, don't understand how Stonksy works, to be honest. Well, I'll tell you what, let's give you a little intro to Stonksy. So there's several working parts to Stonksy as an indicator. So we have automated SR lines. So these are major and minor SR levels, which are plotted automatically by Stonksy. So it'll automatically draw minor and major SR levels for you on the chart. You also have higher time frame, alternative time frame. So this can be, for instance, showing you, say we're viewing the 1 hour at the moment, it will show you what the background color is doing on a different time frame of your choice. So again, all this is fully customizable. We also then have the bullish and bearish arrows, which we discuss in depth, particularly around the 5-minute and the 6-minute charts. We then have the channel settings, which is the most recent update for the indicator. So obviously you can see the channels in here. We have the inner channel and the outer channel. We also then have the oscillator, which is obviously, your standard momentum oscillator, looking at upwards and downwards momentum. Now, in terms of obviously how it works, obviously SR levels are pretty, standard. The background color change shows bullish, long and short opportunities in the market. So this red and green background that you can see here and changing in between shows you bullish and bearish momentum in the market, which is obviously indicated to be long and short opportunities, because if momentum's bullish, you want to go long. If momentum's bearish, you want to go short. Now, this is viewable on any time frame. So the 5-minute, 6-minute, 1 hour, 1 day, whatever it may be, it's fully viewable. So this is Stonksy as the indicator. Users then also get access to the Discord server and the trading bots on BLOFIN too. So Stonksy is a package, which you'll see here. This is a new package as well that we're introducing. Needs some finishing touches, and there's going to be an offer on. But for anyone that's already got Stonksy, you don't need to worry about this, because obviously everything's included in this one. This is just for the oscillator on its own. But everything on these 3 packages, obviously minus this one now, you get access to everything: the indicator, the Discord server, and the trading bots. But yeah, it's that's pretty. I mean, if you've got any questions, get them in the chat. But that's pretty much it. Made up of several different working parts, but obviously the idea is to catch the big moves in the market, whether that be on a high time frame or low time frame, for if you're a scalper, swing trade, or whatever.
So just to confirm, that Stonksy oscillator on its own, that's now sold as a separate thing if you want it, if you just want that, yeah? It
will be, yeah, but there'll be a nice little introductory offer, I believe.
Okay.
So, yeah, more to come on that, but obviously it's on the website, so that was kind of unavoidable. But yeah, like a kind of formal announcement type of. But for anyone, in the Discord or whatever, everyone will be on the plan anyway. That gets everything, so not to be worried about any of that. Get a projector. Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
I'd have to sit in the dark then, wouldn't I?
Yeah. Yeah. No. Do you know what? I bet you can get a projector now, because obviously, I imagine projectors have come a long way with tech as well. Albeit, I don't know, but I bet you can get a projector now where you can just shine it on the wall and it is as clear as a TV. You must be able to get that now. even with lights on and stuff like that. You must be able to get that. What's up, Stonks? Hello, Epong. How are we doing? Great to see you. Big thank you for joining. Let's see what we're doing likes wise. So we currently have 34 viewers, 22 likes. So big thank you to everyone that's liked the stream so far. If you haven't, please do drop a like on the stream. Scroll down, click the like button. It only takes a second. And please do subscribe. What have we got? So we've got Stonksy saying, Dave, what is that key daily level? I'll show you, mate. So the key daily level is here. So as you can see, back when we made, obviously, these highs, you can see the price action around this level. Now, why have I drawn it here? Because, obviously, you can see here, and then here again, and then all along here. This is where price halted for a daily close. So, obviously, we had this close, and then we had open and then sell off. And then when we got back up here, we had a couple of hits into here with rejection. And then, obviously, hit again here. Closed right on there, and then opened again here and sold off, and then here, bang, in, couldn't close above. So for me, with these closes and opens around this level, this was always the key daily level to gain. So that's what it is, pretty much. I just see it as price could never get above here for a daily close, and it tried a long time, obviously here briefly, but then bang, 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 bang. And just couldn't get above there for daily close. So around the opens and closes that it did put in right at this level, I consider that to be, a key daily level to gain for the daily candle, which we did yesterday. We did here actually as well. Then we closed back below and then we closed above. And I don't know what this candle's going to be doing today, to be honest. I have no idea. So yeah, but that's why I drawn that out, mate. So I hope that helps. Just going to have to get some water. We do have 10 minutes to go until US Open. So if you haven't already, do make sure you get your vote in. I'm going to be closing that in a minute. And we'll go and head a look at the Magnificent 7 pre-market, see what they're doing. And then, yeah, we'll just be awaiting US Open then. Obviously, I know we're already on Wednesday, but for those of you that don't know, we don't really have any US economic data this week at all. I think there's one set, which is some S&P Global data, but that's it. So nothing really much going on in terms of US economic data this week.
Okay. Well, it looks like everyone thinks the price is going to go up. Well, not everyone, but the majority.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
I actually agree with that.
Well, you would.
I'm actually very bullish at the moment. Actually, I do think we're going to get an all-time high soon. Not sure how high though. I'm not sure what happens after it.
Yeah, I mean, really, you want to see it kind of go on, don't you? You don't want it to. We don't want it to sweep, go up and then drop back below. We want it to, carry on upwards.
Yeah, I mean, this morning I was looking at, funding rates and stuff, and still really low. Sort of, which is unusual when the price is really high. Normally, you see everyone trying to long it late, but it seems that a lot of people are trying to short it, so. There's always a chance they're all going to get squeezed, isn't it? Yeah,
absolutely. Which is probably what's driving it up still.
Yeah. Well, I know it's like, Spud this morning in the crypto saving expert Discord, he was saying, does anyone feel like shorting at the moment? And I was like, I actually feel like I ought to be thinking about shorting, but at the moment with really low or almost negative funding rates doesn't really make sense at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's I know, yeah, because you follow that quite closely, don't you?
Funding rate, yeah. It's mainly because I remember doing a trade back in, it was ages ago actually. It was probably like 2021 or something. I had a trade going really, really well, and it was long, and I mean I was massively in profit, and then I think I watched something on YouTube and someone mentioned the funding rate, and I looked at it, and I never looked at it before, and it was 0.1, and then I realised that normally it's 0.01, so it was actually 10 times what it is normally, and that was pretty much that day was the peak of that bull market in November 2021,
right,
or whenever it was, and I thought I should pay more attention to that, you know. So I tend to keep an eye on it. Also, it does affect the amount of fees you pay as well if you got trades that are open for a long time as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially if you're leaving them open for weeks, potentially months. It definitely does affect it. Gonky says, sweet. So that's something you've set yourself. Yeah, mate. That's just something that I've been looking at. Andy says, anyone that key daily level he was asking me about before. Andy says, anyone else worried that we won't get an alt season? I suppose that's an open question to everyone.
I'm not
anyone
worried.
Else? Is anyone worried?
I'm not worried, but I haven't got that many alts, so I don't care.
Ambrose George says, afternoon, guys, all the way from Africa. Wow. Whereabouts in Africa are you, Ambrose? What country are you in? But big thank you for joining. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before. So do make sure, if this is your first time here, or if you just haven't already, do smash a big like on the video. And of course, for anyone like Ambrose, please do subscribe if this is your first time watching the stream. Gonksy says, I'm in the Stonksy 5 minutes short from 106,700. That's nice, mate. So you're already in a couple $100 profit. Very good. And Cryptogenic Dude says, yeah, I find that two funding rates equal general sentiment. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely interesting to look at. I was from Tanzania. Okay. Wow. Well, big thank you for joining. And please do subscribe, because it'd be great to welcome you back each day. And we do have 44 viewers on stream, so let's see what kind of likes we're pushing on these. 26 likes, so there's a decent amount of people watching that haven't already. Please do take a second, scroll down, drop a like. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much. But yeah, we don't have too long before US Open. We've got 4 minutes to go, so we've got the Bitcoin 1 minute chart loaded up. Let's take a quick look at what the Magnificent Seven are doing pre-market. We've got Nvidia down at 133, so down a couple of points. Nothing too major. Obviously, this bear in mind it's on the 1 minute chart, so it looks more than it is. Apple down $1. We got Meta down a couple of dollars there. Microsoft down a couple of dollars as well. Is anything actually up pre-market? Amazon down at 201. The same. I think you said Tesla. Yeah, so Tesla's up pre-market, and then Google, like you mentioned before, up pre-market. So we will take a look at what we've got to come. But as it stands, Bitcoin is pushing back up. Is your trade still open, mate?
It is, yeah. It's $110 in profit.
Okay, very nice.
Okay. Yeah. Not sure exactly. I would love to see a green Stonksy on the 5 minute. Actually, that's what I want to see. That would make me much more happier, because it is still a bit red.
Yeah. But yeah, if you do want us to look at anything, please do get it in the chat, and we'll look at it after US Open.
So what's the poll results on? I can't see it. Oh, 60% up, 40% down. Okay. So
I've closed it, haven't I?
Yeah. No, I was just looking at the results. If you want your vote to count, then please do click like.
Right.
What are you doing? You're sorting your chart out.
I am ready. I was just getting a drink. I have to keep taking. It's still quite hot, so I keep having to take this down just to get a bit of a breather and stuff. But we do have what have we got there? Just under a minute to go. Right, we are getting bombarded by. Let me just.
Oh, what?
Cult people.
Oh,
Another guy in the shilling cult, so I've just had to time him out. Andy says, "Can you look at Sol?" We can do that, mate. Of course, we'll look at Sol straight after US Open. Let's see if we get any volatility. Got 20 seconds to go. Obviously, everyone is itching for me to ring that bell because they've not heard that sweet, sweet ring since Friday. So I bet everyone is in anticipation, aren't you? Are you, mate? Are you in anticipation?
I am. I think more than anything, I oh.
And we are open. The US market is open on this fine Wednesday afternoon. Sean, great to see you, mate. Make the bell. I'm not saying the end bit.
You did.
Ambrose said, "See you guys. I plan to stream until the end, but got work to do." Well, big thank you, Ambrose. It's great to see you, and yeah, thank you for your kind words and support. Yeah, have a great day, mate, and yeah, please do catch up and do come back to the stream tomorrow. So yeah. Thank you, mate. Great to see you.
I did
Stonksy
actually
says dump it.
I did actually just have to have a little Google of where Tanzania was. Actually, it's
And where is it?
it's over on the east side. It's sort of under
Right, okay.
sort of Mozambique, Kenya that way. You know,
Right, like in the middle.
well on the east. You know.
Yeah, like in the middle.
Oh yeah. Quite
Like
quite far
east.
quite far down. Quite far down.
Oh, right, okay.
I
But
know,
we are
'cause
pumping on US Open, so we are back
Good.
up at 106,600. So your trade's looking much better, mate, no doubt.
It is. I'm actually.
Oh, we're getting some. Oh, I'll tell you what, we're getting some decent sized candles coming in. We are pumping quite nicely on the S&P as well, back above 5,905, which is transferring over very nicely to Bitcoin. So we are pumping back up. Here we go. Nice volatile open, something we've not had for a while.
Yeah, it's true actually. Yeah. Yeah, I've got some Google stock I might want to sell at some point. I'm not sure, but I want to see a nice big pump really. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Right, so my trade's nearly 5% in profit. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, isn't it? It's sort of, you know, talking about making like 13% APR on that staking of eGold. It's pathetic, isn't it, compared to what you can make trading? You know, trading you can make 13% in like 5 minutes, can't you?
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, I think that's the end of my EGLD days. I think it's over.
It's over.
So actually, it's not true actually, because I've still got stuff in like yield farming things, which is producing a weird token called MEX, which is part of the
yes,
part of the X exchange.
MEX, yes,
part of the X exchange. What do you call it? What they called? DEX, and it's a DEX that nobody uses. Bless you.
Tell you what we'll have a look at. Hang on. Let me just go and have a look at something. Because we did have... who was it? Someone asked in the chat to us to look at Sol.
Right.
But it's actually a great little gateway into looking at the Crypto Saving Expert newsletter, which came out today.
Okay.
So we'll have a look at that, which does contain a nice Sol piece. So for Andy, it was. Andy, for you, mate, we'll have a look at it now. So yeah, this is obviously, this goes out every single week. It is put together by me and Spud. And it contains some great information for kind of, you know, the week coming up, the week just gone, and also Bitcoin and a few alts as well. So obviously got Bitcoin grinding higher, Stonksy catching a nice push up on the 1 hour. But obviously Solana was what Andy asked for. So we did do some Solana analysis today. So I thought I'd pull it up, we'll have a look at the newsletter, then we'll also, you know, be able to look at Solana like you asked for. So as you can see here, this region is clearly the region to gain. 180, give or take a couple of dollars either side, is the region for Solana to get above and hold above. So Solana must regain the $180 region and hold above it on the daily. This region has acted as key resistance and a pivot point historically. So as you can see, resistance, 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 flip to support, 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 fall through, back to resistance, resistance, resistance. To the downside, $160 region must hold to keep the bullish structure intact. So as you can see here, this is what we had previously as well, was resistance all along here. Resistance, resistance. So key pivot point again here, with bits of support into. So we did tap it again here. So we want to hold that on any pushes down. Should top break to the upside, the $200 level awaits. Both for being psychological, but also for TA reasons. $200 makes perfect sense if we break above and hold above 180. So that's Solana. Also, Chainlink had a nice bit in there. Stonksy was catching it very nicely on the 1 hour. That was, yeah, the 1 hour all the way up and then down into a green one for 1 or 2 hours and then back into the red and then down again. And then Doge, this was on the 6 minute chart and this was showing some of them great double confirmations that me and Save like to look at on the 5 and 6 minute. This particular chart was the 6 minute on Doge. But this newsletter is full of some great, obviously, some nice analysis there to start it off, but then any information, some news events from the past week, all that good stuff. So yeah, do make sure you follow that, and if you aren't signed up for it, you can do that on Crypto Saving Expert's website. But yeah, I thought I'd pull that up while you asked for Sol. We could just go and look at it in the newsletter instead. Two birds, one stone. IOTA, Sui, Cookie, these are what I'm looking at the moment. AI plus IOTA implementing Sui tech. Okay. As Sean says, true, but you can lose 13% in 10 mins also.
Yeah, that's true.
About that, mate? Yeah. I suppose you just have to kind of adjust your trading, don't you? So say, for instance, you know, you were going to sell all your e-gold and just put it into a pot and trade with it. You'd obviously be trading with more margin, I imagine.
Yeah.
So all you'd do is you'd just make it more sensible, wouldn't you? You'd just lower down the leverage and then obviously keep it to a sensible amount of leverage, and then, you know, you wouldn't be at risk of being hit hard with some losses.
Yeah, I actually thought, you know, if I had a reasonable, like, you know, like a reasonable, like, big amount of money, then I probably just wouldn't use any leverage. I'd just trade it all with spot, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, say if you had like, I mean, my position size there is about 122 grand. So if I had 122 grand, I could do the same on spot, couldn't I? Not pay pay any fees every 4 hours, and you know, and
yeah, you'd just be paying the maker taker fee, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and then, you know, you'd just be like, I think that'd be like quite a relaxed, nice way to be, wouldn't it? You know.
Yeah.
Literally just, you know, sell on green days, buy on red days, and that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. XRP, we've not had too much. Obviously, we had a big push up earlier in the month. Nice catch to the downside, but yeah, we've not got too much going on with it. It's kind of really flatlining now. And as you can see on the 1 hour, the price is slap bang in the middle of the inner band. So nothing really too much going on with XRP. We just looked at Sol, BNB. And again, another one of these that we looked at beforehand that have kind of just been consolidating off. We've had some nice movement in here while it's been chopping around, but again, just cooling off, same price as it was a couple of weeks ago, so nothing too much to sing about. And we'll notice that on a lot of these as well. We will get nice, this is on the 1 hour chart, but if you scale down to the 5-6 minute, like was on the newsletter, I think it was Doge on the 6 minute, you'll be able to get some nice trades in on a lower time frame while we're waiting for another big move to happen on alts. So real nice push up there on a double confirmation, push down, push up again here. So it's all about just adjusting to the environment that we're in. So could we see alts go sideways for another week, maybe even 2 weeks? Yeah, we could potentially. All depends on what Bitcoin's going to do, isn't it? And then obviously we want ETH to follow it for alts. But Link again, nice push up, nice push down, but now currently just consolidated. AVAX, what are we doing? I don't know what this level was, but that pinged price off very nicely there, didn't it? So yeah, nothing much on AVAX. Not really much going on in terms of the whole market, is there? Now, everything's kind of just going sideways.
Yeah.
Jupiter's up 5% today. So Jupiter's having a good push today. Nice catch on Stonksy there as well.
Anything about Jupiter, right? So that's to do with the Jupiter DEX, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. So I use Jupiter DEX. If I want to buy some shitcoin or something that someone's talking about, I'll go there and I'll get me Solana in my Phantom wallet, and I'll go to Jupiter DEX and I'll buy whatever coin I want, just by sticking in the Solana address, and I do that, and I do that because I know I can get it cheaper using the Jupiter DEX than doing it straight on the Phantom wallet. Okay, and so where does the actual Jupiter token come into it?
Governance. I think it's mostly just governance and staking. Yeah.
Right. So. Okay. So I wasn't aware that I needed any, and I wasn't aware that if I'd have had any, it would have been an advantage in that transaction. So I don't know. I just wonder what it's for. But
yeah, I think really just the main utility of it, I think, is just governance and then staking. I don't know about anything else.
Yeah, and that's what bothers me about a lot of these things. I don't actually get what they're for. A bit like AI coins. I don't really see why an AI project has to have a coin. All I can think is it's just there to raise money, and doesn't actually have any use.
Yeah, I think that's kind of why alts have suffered as well so much. Particularly this cycle is because there's just too many of them. A lot of them don't really do anything, and there's not kind of the interest or the liquidity there to support them all. So, you just have money attracted to the main ones, don't you? Or the ones that have, the highest speculation or whatever.
Yeah.
Because like you say, a lot of them probably don't really do that much at all, if anything.
Well, trade's looking nice now.
Is it? Let's go and have a look at Bitcoin. Let's go and see what it's doing. Oh, yes, it is pushing up very nicely. Let's go scale down to that 1 minute chart. Very nice, very nice. And we are pushing towards the top band now as well. But yeah, I bet your trade is looking lovely now. So yeah, nice push up on Bitcoin.
Yeah, 10%, $646.
Not a bad day's work.
No, can buy a big monitor now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, I love it.
On the screen, or do you have it open and I can throw it on?
Yeah, you can if you want. Yeah. Do I need to do it?
I've got your screen loaded up, but that is trading view.
Oh, no. Oh, okay, right, got it.
There you go. Oh, look at that. 107k. We're back to 107k, and you are up nearly $900. That is beautiful. Yeah. That is very, very nice.
It's good, isn't it? There you go. And that was, as I say, this account started off with $800 2 weeks ago. I mean, I do some quite risky stuff, but like, yeah, it's all doable.
That is very nice. What a move off the open.
It's good, isn't it? Right, I'm going to put a stop loss in profit, somewhere like that. Not sure what that is percentage-wise. 0.21, so that's about 4%. That's okay. So I'll probably just leave it like that and see what happens now.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you have a target in mind for where you'd close it, or?
I want to see a new all-time high.
Right, okay.
But I don't know. I mean, it might wiggle around a bit. What I might do, this is what I've been doing recently, is I've been thinking, actually I don't really want to close it if it comes back there. So I think 106.586, I'll remember that. Set a new one. Do partial. What did I say? 106.586 was it? So I'll do that and then just set that for like half the amount, right?
Yeah.
What have I done there? Right, put it in the wrong hole, haven't I? not there. There. Okay, right. So yeah, that'll take half of the trade off, and I'll do that instead. And then if it comes down here and wicks into there, then I won't, it'll be all right. It'll make some money.
We are getting some serious push up now, aren't we?
I know, it's good, isn't it?
I tell you what, if price pushes up back to where it was earlier today, then your trade is going to be looking very juicy. That was just shy of 108k, weren't it?
Yeah, it's over $1,000 now. That's good, isn't it?
Tell you what, mate. I tell you what, you are definitely on a purple patch, aren't you? You're having some great trades.
Yeah. I go through phases of it, and then I go through phases where I'm sort of like absolutely useless, But at the moment, I do seem to be on a bit of a roll. Actually, I'll tell you what as well. Once you've actually made a few quid, and you can afford to sort of have bigger margins and stuff like that, then I do go into trades initially with quite just a fraction of my account, and then I'll add bits in if I'm sure it's going the right way, and if I'm sure. I mean, I don't keep adding all the way up, but like if I think within the first hour or so of me going into a trade, if I think I did that right, then I will sort of bang in the rest, and I'll closely monitor it for the first few hours really, until I'm decently in profit, and that seems to work really well when you've got a bit more money to play with, So once I got from that 800 to about $2,000, it all became a bit easier,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm. The thing is, I love it. I love trading. And I even on the sort of days when you lose money is horrible, but like even then, I kind of like I don't get as fazed by it as I used to. I used to go into a massive depression and sort of think I was a useless human being, but now I just think I'll mess that one up. Let's do the next one right again. And then as long as you haven't lost too much and you've still got money so you can play again, you're all right.
Yeah,
What
absolutely.
you don't want to do is get liquidated, lose all your money, and then you have to sell your car to trade again.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, that's good. That's good. Brilliant. I'm might have to go a little bit sooner than normal actually today.
Yeah, no worries, mate. That's
You know.
fine. We have Andy saying I'm 14x long on Sol from 165, so you should be in nice profit. Sol, yeah, Sol's at 169, just shy of 170, so that's good for you, Andy. And he says governance, and we get rewards for voting every quarter, so that is regards to Dupe, I think.
Okay.
And then Cryptogenic Dude says it's for AI processing speed too. At least this is one of the understandings I have on it. I think that was for. Oh, that was for IOTA. I think he was talking about. Okay, mate. Well, that's interesting.
Okay.
That is interesting. Thank you for sharing that.
So I'm quite interested in these band thingies we've got now. So let's go to my Bitcoin chart again.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing here, this is the 5-minute time frame. So, okay, so we're getting up to the top end of these bands. So should I be getting worried now or not? I suppose on the 5-minute, it goes there quite often, doesn't it? I'll tell you what I do like though. This oscillator here on the 5-minute has gone pink now and it's starting to sort of take off, isn't it? So I'm hoping it will do something like what it did. Well, what it did here, really.
Yeah, just swap over to Trading View, mate. We're still on BLOFIN.
Bloody hell.
There we go. There we go.
Sorry. Right. Right. What did I just say? No, yeah. Anyway, so yeah. No, what I was talking about was these new band things we got on Stonksy. So we're up here. So what I was saying is, should I be worried now we're up here? So I suppose I might expect a little bit of a pullback, like we did here, for example.
Yeah.
But then what I was saying, besides that, is the fact that we've now got this oscillator going pink here, which is good. So that's on the 5-minute. What I was saying earlier was like this background. I really want to see a green background on this with Stonksy soonish. That would be really nice. But yeah, cool. Okay, well, good. I like the new additions. It kind of suits me a bit actually, because I do like to look at things like, sometimes I used to look at that VWAP thing, which this looks a bit similar to. So
yeah,
you've got the extremities that it'll probably go to, and I do like to look at various oscillators and things as well. So that's good to have that there as well. Yeah, no, I like the improvements. They're good. And I suppose if you want to ignore all that, you can turn it off and turn the bits off that don't interest you. I'll tell you what I did turn off that I'm going to turn back on was that, because I do like to have the higher time frame to monitor on the 1 hour. Because over the how long have we had Stonksy now? It's been 8 months now, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember exactly when we put the alternative time frame one in as well. I think that was maybe in around December, maybe. I can't remember.
Yeah. But what I was going to say was that since the beginning, actually, the 1 hour has been pretty amazing, hasn't it? So yeah, that's always good to have that showing.
We've got SMFC saying look at the hourly. Still within the channel. The inner limit is 108.270. Oh yeah, the top there. The top of the inner band. Yeah, the top of the inner channel is 108.270, which is very close to all-time high. Yeah, I was right, December, yeah. Your trade must be looking juicy, mate. Now we've had another couple of $100 push up, haven't we?
Chevrolet before I go.
Yeah, go on. Give us your final reading before you go.
Dun. There you go.
1,200. Another 20% added to the pot. So I tell you what, as it currently stands, you're edging towards that 10k mark, aren't you? On the account.
On the account. Yeah.
Well, not too far away. If Bitcoin pushes up to 109k ish, maybe even less actually. Then you'll be right there.
Yeah, I've definitely done a 10x anyway. That's good.
Yeah,
cool.
super mate. Well done and well deserved as well.
Thank you. Do you want to grab the screen back because I'm gonna have to shoot off in a minute?
Of course, mate. Of course, yes, I can do that. Here we go. So this is on the 1 minute. We're looking at obviously these bands, but for what SMFC was talking about, the inner band, the upper section of it is here, just above $108,300 at the moment, with the upper band being at 110. So interesting timing. We're not far away at all. What are we away now from all-time high? Just over 2%. Unbelievable.
So what do you think will happen when we get to the all-time high?
I think we'll just completely just blast to like 111, 112.
I actually think that's what's going to happen. I know a lot of people are going to try and short like 109 or whatever it is.
I think with the liquidity that's above here as well, shorts will obviously be forced to close and liquidate, which will then obviously force them to buy back into the market, which will, squeeze it harder. We could even just get 1 giga candle. I mean, if it comes in US market hours,
do you want to have a quick look at your liquidation heat map?
Yeah, sure.
Not done that yet, have you?
Hang on, what's happened there? Hang on, I have just accidentally clicked off the tab. Wait there.
All right, I thought you were going to show your Asda shopping cart or something. I'll tell you what, I went down Aldi this morning and I bought some of that smoked tofu, and I cleared them out. I bought all of it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, bought like 12 packs of it.
Hang on, that's the wrong one. Hang on, liquidation. There we go, liquidation map. No, that's not that. Where's the heat map? There we go, liquidation heat map. There we go. Right, model 2 we want. Symbol. So 24 hour. We are approaching obviously the upper section of the 24 hour liquidity, which is at 108k and above. Same for the 3 days, so not much change there. 1 week time frame. Again, same thing. So it seems to be going after that immediate liquidity to the upside. 2 week. Yeah, not much change. I think with this, they're all going to look very similar because we're so close to all-time high. But on the 1 month, something particularly interesting. As you can see, there is liquidity just for it to rip through all the way up to 120 and even above. You obviously got a bit of a hot spot here at 109, so just below the all-time high, but plenty for it to chew through should it just carry on ripping and ripping and ripping. So we definitely want to keep an eye on it, that's for sure. But the 1 minute is going again now up to nearly 107,600 nearly. What a move. What a move from open.
Yeah.
You are smashing it, lad. SWC. So Bobby is giving you some nice compliments. SMFC says
mate.
1 million. You mean, don't you, Dave? 1 million. Yeah. Yeah, it's just going to immediately 10x. Bobby says blast through it to 140k end of June. Interesting, yeah. I think this is the interesting part in it, because now we're pretty much, near towards an all-time high. This is where people get, you see the contrast, don't you, in people's opinions. So, some people will maybe think we top out at 120, 140, 150. Some people might say 200, 250, whatever. This is like where you get the real difference in opinion and where, Bitcoin may go.
Yeah. It's looking good though, isn't it?
Very nice, very strong open. I mean, I can't remember. I don't know what it's been like the last 2 days, because obviously I've not been streaming, but particularly over like the past 2 weeks, the US Open itself has been quite mundane and lacking volatility. So this has been great to see today. I mean, that is just one, ding, 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 and then just push up, isn't it? Straight, pretty much straight through. Yo, Crypto Bro. How we doing, mate? Great to see you. If you haven't already, please do drop a like on the stream and subscribe if you are new. Do come back every single day. But if you are looking for somewhere to trade, whether it be Bitcoin, alts, on spot, or futures, or just looking for somewhere to hold your stables for a rainy day, do sign up to BLOFIN. First link in the description, and I've put it in the chat there. You get yourself some nice welcome bonuses. He says, save with crypto is soon going to change to spend with crypto after all these profits. Hey, that's a good idea, that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm not very good at spending money, though. Well, I don't know.
It's better to keep it safe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Better to keep it safe is what you mean.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I'm going to have to go, I'm afraid.
Okay, mate. No worries.
All right. I'll see you soon. Thanks for having me. And
no, thank you, mate. Big thank you for coming on. Obviously, it's an absolute pleasure, and yeah, thank you for sharing your trade with us, because that was a very, very interesting watch while we was pushing up.
Okay.
Right, take it easy, mate.
Right, see you then. Take care. Bye.
See you later. Bye. And that was the legend Save with Crypto. Do make sure you show him some love. You can find him on YouTube and on X by typing in his name. James Fuka says, awesome stream. I'm not going anywhere yet. Don't go anywhere just yet. I'll be on for another few minutes. But we have got Bitcoin now. The 1 minute is kind of flirting with going into the red. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I'm not going anywhere just yet. I'll be on for another few minutes, so don't rush away. What did we get? Oh, we got 34. So that is great to see. Did we? Yeah, 34. Yeah. But yeah, really nice stream. Great to see some Bitcoin volatility on stream again. Like I said before, it's been a while because we've not been having the most volatile of US Opens. But it looks like everything has been getting a real nice push on the back of that. Stonksy catching some real nice movements on the 1 minute time frame. This push up. But as you can see, for those of you that are scalpers, the 1 minute time frame trades so cleanly if you know how to manage your positions in terms of fees. The 1 minute trades so cleanly. You know, if you're at your desk looking to scalp, get in and out, very, very clean trades up and down. But yeah, we've got Cow up at a whopping 14%. That course it lovely on the hourly. Kato up at 218. This thing just keeps ripping, doesn't it? This thing just keeps going to new highs, I imagine, as people keep trying to short it. Let's see what's that showing on the hourly. Nothing at the moment, but Cow did catch a great move on Cow there. And we are getting a little dip on Bitcoin, which is not unexpected after such a big push up on US Open. But it looks pretty resilient, doesn't it? Stonksy says, come on, dump. Mate, it's the most annoying thing, in it, whether you're looking for it to pump or dump, and it just keeps doing the opposite. But yeah, a big thank you to everyone that's joined me today, and obviously Save. We'll be back tomorrow, of course, so do make sure you tune in. If you haven't already, do drop a like, do subscribe, and of course you can sign up to Stonksy today. That is the indicator. We've just released some brilliant updates. You can find the full articles on Medium if you want to have a read through. There will be some videos coming out as well. I'll be filming them this week. But about the Stonksy update here and the oscillator. And you can sign up to Stonksy for 20% off still with code BOT20. So second link in the description. You head over to start now, and then it's this monthly option that you want here. Click the monthly button to create your Stonksy account and put code BOT20 in at checkout to get 20% off your first month. And that will get you access to the indicator, the Discord server, and the trading bots. Absolutely everything part of the package. for 20% off your first month. So do come and check that out, and it'd be great to see you over there. But that's everything for me today. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you all tomorrow. So do make sure you tune back in. Bye for now.